Welcome back. The Herd is coming up next right here on FS1. Let's head over check-in with Colin Cowherd today. Hey, Colin, what is on the show?
Well, there's only two people who can really save the Dallas Cowboys. I think they would both take the job, and one may surprise you. And you can lie in the NFL about everything. To me, the fans yourself, with two exceptions, Chicago, Dallas are lying to themselves. That's coming up.
Okay, time for our final topic of the day. Carmelo Anthony scored a season-high 26 points in his old stomping grounds of Madison Square Garden. This was only Melo's second game in New York since being traded away in 2017. And just a few days ago, Melo said that he hopes to see his number 7 jersey hanging from the rafters at the Garden someday. So, Shannon, should the Knicks retire Melo's jersey?
They should, but Skip, I always get a little queasy when guys like, man, my name should be up in, my number should be in the rafters and things of that nature. Your play should speak for itself and should be indicative what the organization thinks of you. I think he played well enough in Denver for it to be retired there up in the rafters also. But I just feel funny when guys say it. It should be, you shouldn't have to say it. That's my personal
So
opinion.
has it come to this for the New York Knicks that he was there for 7 years? They only made the playoffs 3 times and won 1 round of the playoffs, just 1 round. Right. And you're saying, I think my jersey belongs up there. And that's after you had just lost by 24 to the current 10-24 New York Knicks. Portland lost by 24.
He's reminiscing.
Yeah, reminiscing. They've lost 5 in a row. Have the Trailblazers 5 in a row, and now they've fallen to 14-21. And you're talking about your jersey. I don't know. It just hit me wrong, and I like Carmelo a lot, but I'm not sure. It would seem like, you know, if he had been a Laker, no one would be talking.
Oh, hell no! You ain't getting no jersey hung if you're not. No, not with that kind of resume. No.
So now he's becoming Portland's best player, and seriously, they're 14-21. What are you doing?
I mean, yeah. Well, Skip, I mean, his jersey got to go somewhere, Skip.
Yeah, well,
what about the Nuggets?
I think right now he's lucky to be wearing a jersey.
He is, and that is what he is doing. That is it for us. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern. Right now, Colin tells you who would be the perfect Cowboys coach. The Herd.
Wash King. He's not. First triple-double of the decade, Skip. Who belongs to who? Drum roll, please. Say it with me, Skip.
How many short of Russell Westbrook is he?
Hold on. Like you tell me, are we talking about Russell Westbrook? Ain't nobody mentioned nothing about no Russell Westbrook. We talk about this year in 2020, the first triple-double of the decade. That's going to be a Jeopardy question one day.
Oh,
they go, yeah. The first triple-double of 2020 went to who?
I like that.
I hope I'm going to contest it that night. I'll get that one right.
Oh, you'll get it wrong on purpose.
You guys would be so good.
I already been on Jeopardy once. I've been on Jeopardy once. Yeah.
I didn't hear about this.
He just doesn't want to be on Jeopardy when I'm on Jeopardy.
I would not want to be around with you guys.
Skip, I'm going to give him a B+. Let me tell you why I'm going to give him a B+. He did score, did have a triple-double. I couldn't give him an A because he missed 4 free throws again. I couldn't give him an A because he had 4 turnovers in the second half. And also, I couldn't give him an A, Skip, because he played all 12 minutes in the third quarter with AD, and they allowed the Suns to get back into this ball game. Now, even though they started the fourth quarter, they were up by, I think they went to the half up by 33, 74-41. And then they allowed, so the Suns scored 17 in the first quarter, 24 in the second quarter, and you allowed them to get 38 in the third quarter. So for me, Skipper, I couldn't give him an A just on that alone. You can't allow that to happen. They need to do, I don't know what's going on, but Frank need to do something about this because we saw this with the Clippers.
Frank Vogel.
Skip, we saw this with the Clippers. 5 minutes into the third quarter, they had a 15-point lead. And somehow at the end of the third quarter, we're tied.
Wow.
So this is a reoccurring theme here. There is no way in heck you have a 36-point lead that your 2 stars have to play 38 minutes. No way that should happen. And that happened last night. I'm thinking like, man, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm like, man, I had a long day. You know, you had a long,
sure.
Yeah, broke in 2020. Right. You know, I'm going to get me some rest now.
You and the dogs at home?
What exactly were you doing
all
for
that
celebrations?
People don't need to know what I got going on in my humble abode.
Tell us.
But anyway, and then next thing I know, I was like, they're going to mess around and F this game off, fooling around.
That would not have been good.
A 36-point lead is down, Skip, with probably like 4 minutes left to 7.
And yet you gave LeBron a
I gave him a B. Because
B
you know,
plus.
I gave a B plus
B
because guess what
I
he
think
did?
you just dropped it to a
no,
B.
no,
'cause
no,
as
no,
you-
no, B
as you
plus.
talked
No,
yourself
B
into
plus.
a
Because guess what he did? Give him a 7, and then what he hit? Boom! That 3-pointer to push it to 10.
Oh, really?
But here's the thing. What's so amazing
There's
about
more game after that, but I'll get there.
But here's the thing, Skip. In the fourth quarter alone, LeBron James was 2 of 7 from the floor. The rest of the 1 of 14.
Oh.
So hey,
That was
Save the
everyone.
day.
hey, LeBron,
Yeah.
all LeBron.
What was the score in the fourth quarter? Do you know what it was? Phoenix 28,
28. Ooh.
Lakers 16.
I don't know.
28 to 16.
I don't know.
Not
What. I
good.
tell you what I do know.
What?
I know one team had 117 and the other team had 107.
Yeah.
Now, which team had 117 and which team had 107? And Monty Williams was on the sideline thinking like, you mean to tell me I turned down an interview for the Lakers to take this job for the Suns?
I think he's having fun with the Suns. I
Building.
think they've shown little sparks and spurts of being a pretty good team.
Nah, that's the tire falling off the car. Like Jenny this morning, Jenny had a flat. Oh, my bad. But anyway.
I made it to work.
You know what I'm saying? That's the, how you skip. I don't know if you ever been driving the car and the tire comes completely off and sparks going everywhere. That's what happened with Phoenix.
There was a nail in my car, Shannon, but I made it.
What I did,
Thank you.
while I was driving, we were in the truck one time and we make a turn. My sister was driving at the time, and we see a tire go rolling right. Like, who tire is that? And next thing I know, we leaning to the side. That's our tire.
So you're saying that's Phoenix?
Yep,
That's Phoenix.
And you
Great.
see where we going, Skip? We got run flats on 18-wheelers. We cruising. We rolling over everybody. We're going to win like next 6 games, Skip. Can I get 3 cases on next 6 games? We win.
No, I won't do that
Don't
because
do
I
it?
need to talk about LeBron's performance
Talk
or
about
lack thereof
Don't do
last
that.
night.
Tell
Skip,
us.
don't do that, Skip.
I'm going to give LeBron a C for last night because I thought about worse, but I'm going to give him a C just off his first half alone.
Okay.
But here's what I saw last night in the game that I watched on my television. I'm not up in Bel Air. I'm down in what they call the flats. The flats.
Yeah, y'all didn't have nothing going on last night.
Nothing. So, no, we didn't.
We
have
had
anything.
fireworks.
Okay, way to go.
Sure.
I saw a Phoenix Suns team that looked like it got to celebrate New Year's Eve in Los Angeles, which is a dangerous place for a team to get to celebrate New Year's Eve. It's either Los Angeles or Miami in a dead heat for the most dangerous place to celebrate December, or whatever it is, 31st? Yeah,
Yeah.
31st. So the
Maybe
Suns.
New York.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, they don't do no but watch the ball.
Yeah.
I think it's over after midnight. The point is, the Phoenix Suns look like they had not slept very much to start this game off because the first quarter was absolutely an embarrassment for that franchise.
That
It was
was fun.
43-16 after a quarter, and it got so bad at the 5.5-minute mark of the first quarter that your man LeBron James did something I've never seen anyone do in an NBA game. Could we see this, please?
Oh,
Yeah, a little
he pulled a
shot.
Messi. Did he pull a
missed it.
Messi?
Oh!
He pulled a Messi.
He went,
a header.
he went soccer ball to the official.
Yes.
Kind of liked it.
He straight clowned the Phoenix Suns. He was so hot dog front running at that
There you
point
go.
that he just said, watch this. This is how not seriously I'm taking my opponent tonight. You ever seen any NBA player do that before? I have not. Do you think the Suns love that? I do not.
They couldn't do
Maybe
nothing about
some of his veteran teammates probably didn't love
They
that.
love it.
Because they know there's this guy named Devin Booker on the other team who can just shoot the lights out. And if he takes that personally and starts taking the game seriously, some things can start happening at Staples Center. And right on schedule soon thereafter, here came the Suns. So all of a sudden, even though the game kept getting a little more out of hand, the Suns started looking like they wanted to play basketball after the first quarter. And it started getting a little dicey. And even though LeBron in the third quarter, he actually played pretty well in the third quarter and scored, what did he score, 11 points?
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
So,
something.
yeah, it was pretty good. But, again, he was a minus 11 in the third quarter, minus 11. So he's scoring those points. But they're fading.
That's why I gave him a B and not an A because he was
B
on the
plus.
Skip.
Are you down to a B? You
No,
can have a B.
but
I'll give you a B.
The reason why he did not get an A is that he and Anthony Davis was on the court for the entirety of the third quarter,
Yep.
and he allowed this to happen. And he also had 5 turnovers, and I didn't like that. 4 of them in the second half.
Okay, so they lost the third quarter 38-27. Then I told you what they lost the fourth quarter by. So your Los Angeles Lakers at home lost the second half 66-43. They lost by 23 in the second half. That's not right.
No.
That's something's wrong.
That'd
And,
get
and
me.
you mentioned some big three LeBron hit, but a lot more happened after that, because if we can see down the stretch, this is down at like the 2-minute mark of the game, LeBron James missed a 22-foot jumper, which then opened the door for Tyler Johnson to shoot a three. Here's LeBron's miss. It was way short. Here come the Suns. Do you realize if this jumper goes in from Tyler Johnson, it's going to be a 4-point game with 1:39 left? And by the way, JaVale just crushed him. He just fell all over him. Did you see that? You're looking at your notes.
I did. I saw
But
it.
JaVale just fell all over him.
I thought they were going to call it, too.
Yeah, and they didn't call it. And that could have cut it to 4 with 1:39 left, and I would have given the Suns a chance to pull off a huge comeback from 36 points down if they'd given him 3 free throws or if he'd made that shot. And Tyler Johnson was 0 for 3 in the fourth quarter. So then LeBron comes back the other way, and he just took it to the hole because they have nobody who can stop LeBron. Again, here's the Tyler Johnson play with JaVale on him. Danny Green runs at him, and then JaVale just crushed him. Just crushed him. That usually gets called, but they're not going to call it on the King in the King's Palace. And then LeBron just came back the other way and just said, here, I'm just going to attack, and thank you very much. This game is about to be over because I'm going to extend it back to a 9-point game. Is this not pretty easy? Look at this. You could be doing that all night long.
No, you can't do that all night.
Yes, they can.
No, you can't.
Okay, that's
it's
easy.
It's too tiresome.
Okay. So LeBron, actually, it all worked out for LeBron because I've told you he leads the NBA in fourth quarter shots attempted. Why is that?
Because he needed to.
Because against bad teams, he is stat stuffing in the fourth quarter because he said the other day, I have it in the back of my mind, I can pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the